God's good. I'm here because I spent approximately 30 years of ministry alone. And then I ran into Barnabas. And there are a few people here who connected me with Barnabas, and I blessed that day. And yes, I had to leave my church. It was a difficult experience for my wife and I and my children. And to our surprise, God enabled us to start a new church. Won't go all the details. It didn't even include, except for one family from the other church. God just brought new people by. I remember the day we had no parking spaces. Now you're probably thinking a couple hundred people. No, this was in a house. But the Lord's been blessing us. We have about 40, 45 people, and God's been bringing new people. But I am excited because I get to be part of this ministry now. I get to now give back to pastors. And in the Merrimack Valley, pastors come full of excitement and vision, and they usually leave defeated. And I've heard pastors say to me, Dan, I can't wait to leave. And my problem is I like it there. And my problem is I feel called there. But we can make a difference if we can keep those pastors strong and in the battle. They can in turn, by God's grace and Spirit, make strong churches. And those churches can reach out and give the gospel to the people around them. And it can be done in the power of the Spirit. So I'm really excited about all this. Now, I usually send an email out before each group meeting. I have 4 groups under my care right now. And just a reminder, pastors can't remember much of anything, if you've noticed. And so one week I decided just to call every guy. And I said to one guy, just remind you, next week we're meeting on Tuesday at 7 a.m. And he said, Dan, you don't have to call me. It's in my schedule. I'm never going to miss it. It's that important to me. I need this. This is really important to me. I remember in one group, we reached a new level of transparency. To my surprise, because this one group is kind of holding back and not getting really serious with one another, one guy opened up and said, I'm really struggling with one of my sons. And began to explain what was going on at home. And all of a sudden, there was this breakthrough with all the other guys. And they got real with one another. And we ended the time together with fervency prayer for one another. And I just went home excited. It happened. It happened. Now, you've been hearing all these testimonies. Please understand, what we're sharing with you is true. It's nothing we've made up. But these are guys on the front line. And they're making a difference. And together, we're doing something really special. And it's really interesting to me because I can see how God has formed this. If I can just explain my story real fast. My parents were Salvation Army officers originally. They were musicians, and I was the musical offspring of that. Okay, Dick says I'm their little melody. But anyways, then my father became a Pentecostal minister. Okay, I became Presbyterian, Reformed Presbyterian, and I went to an Episcopal seminary. I kept wondering, what is all this happening to me? And I look back and see God is able to relate to all these guys, where they're coming from, and show real appreciation for them. Thank you for supporting Barnabas. It really is making a difference.